Good afternoon. It is Sunday here in Detroit, and I wanted to do a quick live cast and ask you, does the world know your story? We all have a story to tell, and it may be a good background, it might be a bad background, but I'm interested in knowing what you're doing about it now, and more importantly, what are you doing towards your future? And that led me to the question of, does the world know your story? Because it should. And I want to know in the comments below what your story is, and what are your gifts for the world that you're giving out? How are you utilizing God's gifts that you've been given to bless other people? Is it through the use of video? Is it through books? Have you considered writing a book? Is it through talking one-on-one? Is it through your job? Is it through your business? Let me know in the comments below. Welcome. We have a caller. Caller, where are you calling from? We're talking about how you're using your talents and abilities, the gifts God's given you, to share your message with the world. Ever since I was little, do you remember cassettes? Comment below if you remember cassettes. Here we go. Is that too bright? Yes, that's too bright. Cassette tapes. Comment below if you remember cassettes. I used to do commentary. I would watch a show and then just make a little commentary on the cassette tapes. And I remember there's these little plastic ones and they were all colored, and it was a lot of fun. And then as technology progressed, it made it easier and easier, and now from my cell phone in a parking lot over wireless internet, you can live stream. We have another caller. Caller, where are you calling from? Let me know in the comments below. So I've always wanted to entertain and have a stage, be an Academy Award winning actor, so I had a platform to share good messages, to share a positive message with the world and bring back good family values to the world. Because that's what I grew up with, and I personally believe that there needs to be more of it in the world. So that is part of my story, but I want to know, what is your story? Have you incorporated it into your job, into your business? What are you doing with it? I asked earlier if you've considered doing video or writing a book, talking to groups of people, small groups, one-on-one, whatever the case may be. Just leave me a comment below so I can share it. One, so I know. Two, I'd like to know how I can help you. And three, I want to get you more publicity because I'm blessed to have a nice sized network that I want to promote you on. And we have more and more and more and more people. Welcome, callers, 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 callers. Leave a comment below. Let me know where you're calling from and what your story is. And you know what? I'm so thankful I did this a few weeks ago, because now I realize how this baby's happening. So leave a comment below, and I will see if I can see it on here right now. I want to say hi to you. And we can always check this later as well. So we're talking about your personal story, what you're doing to leverage it, or it was on my heart today walking out of church that you might be trying to hide it. I think this is the case with more people than not. That we have something of value, that we have this natural ability, this talent, this gift that God has given us, and we hide it under a bushel because we don't want anyone to see us, because even though the world sees the 99% that's great, the 1% that is bad that only we know about we turn into a mountain and we think we're not enough. And I'm here to tell you that's complete crap. You are enough, and the world needs your story. And I want to know what it is, because I'm looking for more people to get their story out and bless the world and get rid of insecurities. Get rid of insecurities, have more people confident, to have more people confident to bless others, because it's fun, and that is part of my goal. So we have more callers. Caller, let me know where you're calling from. Comment in the chat below. We're here talking about personal stories and how you're using it to bless others, because that's the whole point of this exercise. And a good friend of mine called me out on saying something about this exercise or this experiment. And it's not so much that it's a temporary thing, it's just that life is an exercise and an experiment, because we're constantly learning and growing and changing and all kinds of stuff, because I don't know about you, but I don't know everything. I'm still learning, growing, and changing, so I consider a lot of things experiments. And what was the other word I just said? Experiments. Leave a comment below if you caught the two words I said. I think they both started with E. Exercise. Exercise is good too. Oops. Nope. And someone's calling. Too bad for them. I am talking to my friends so they can wait. We have callers. Callers, where are you calling from? So this is interesting. I wonder if I can pull out. Okay, so we're talking about personal story, and I want to encourage you, because one of the breaking points in my life was when I wrote my first book a few years ago, Video Marketing for Business Owners, and it was a stretch for me, because one of the things I didn't want people to know is my past, my history. I failed English like 6 times, and I had the heart, I wanted to give back, but I couldn't get over my own mental insecurities, if you will. So it's probably one of the hardest things I've done, but also the most rewarding. So I'm here to encourage you. If you're afraid to be on video, if you're afraid to share your message, I want to help you get over that. Leave a comment below if you have a story that you want to share with the world. And if you don't want to share it on here because it's public, please send me a private message. And I want to issue a challenge for you to think about your story and your gift that God has given you to help people. We all have different talents and abilities, but what is yours? Think about it. And write down what it is, how you help people, and then your table of contents. Think about the loose outline of what your book would be. Here's what I do, here's how I can help, and here's kind of the process of how I help. And this is what I did when I wrote mine. I was choosing video for video marketing, and I was like, well, how do I help people? So I thought about it, and I said, with video. So I thought about it, I go, okay, I'll talk about video. Then I go, what am I going to talk about? So I said, here's the end goal. I want to help people be able to get their message out through video and books and publishing and just having a bigger audience. So I made a loose outline, and I put the end first, start with the end in mind, and then I worked back. So think about the end result that you give people, and then think about how you do it. And you go, here's step 7, what's step 6? Well, right before you publish them, you want to edit them. And right before you edit them, you want to make sure all the content's in them. And before you have the content, you have to shoot it. And before you shoot it, you need the right stuff. And before you have equipment, the right equipment. And before you have the right equipment, you want to think about who you're helping. And before you think about who you're helping, you want to know what it is you do to help. And then that starts you with the whole concept in general, which is video marketing and why should I care. Same thing with publishing a book. So I'm challenging you. Let me know if you've ever considered writing a book or using video, whether it's live stream or pre-shooting the videos or any of this. I want to know what your message is, how you help people, and what you can do second quarter right now, 2016, to play a bigger game. Let me know where you're from, what type of business you're in, and if you don't want to put it in the comment below because it's private, I can respect that, but please, please, please private message me because I do want to know, because I know I can help you. And the world needs to know your story. We've got a few more callers. Caller, where are you calling from? Let me know in the comment below. So, I have to go in a minute, but I thank you. I appreciate you. I know I can help you, and I want to know your story because I used to think no one wants to know mine, and now I know that's not the case. Everyone loves hearing mine, and I'm just working on getting it more well known to help more people and getting it out there. So this is one of my ways to do that. I hope you're having a great Sunday afternoon, as I am, and let me know your story. Once again, what is your story? How do you help people? And I challenge you today to take 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You don't need to take a lot of time. One of the concepts I train my clients with is called Block 15 Time. Take your watch timer, take your phone timer, put your stupid phone in airplane mode, and put a timer for 15 minutes. We have 96 opportunities per day. That's a lot. 96 every day. Use one of them. Block everything else out. If your car just broke down, if the house is on fire, if the worst possible scenario in the world is happening, don't worry about it. If the car broke down, it's still going to be broken 15 minutes. If the house is on fire, I'm sure the fire truck's already on their way. You have 15 minutes. This is more important. You can buy both of those back. But you do not want to die with your song inside of you or your message still inside of you. And I want the world to know it. I'm here to help you. And I thank you for taking me up on the challenge. Have a great Sunday, and God bless. Did I hit stop? All right, take me up on the challenge. Write out your table of contents, share your story with the world. God bless.